Hi, my name is called Nathan, and I know really good thoughts. Ever since the movie Robocop came out in 1987, nobody's been able to figure it out, so I'm here to tell you what happens inside the movie. Okay, so this is the tale of a man named Robocop. It all started in the year 2028 in Detroit, Michigan. The nightly news comes on and they tell us everything sucks, good night. Over at the police station, it's a madhouse. Criminals, cops, and lawyers all busy being about. Then in walks our hero, Alex Murphy, a cop from another part of town, with the jawline of Minecraft Steve. He comes from a nice part of town, now transferred to the naughty part of town. The part of town where the major ethnicity is crime guys. But not so fast crime guys. Law lady is on the clock. Meet Detroit's Sonya Blade, Officer Lewis, a blonde, no-nonsense, karate-kicking cool cop. Lewis and Murphy get acquainted. You're going to be tag teaming in the Taurus. To the streets they go. Time to Clorox the naughty boys. Meanwhile, in a business building, Temu Robert Downey Jr. heads into a meeting in the brutalist's latest corporate creation. When having a convo with fellow businessman, wait a minute, is that? Whoa, that's Money Titan Carl Quigley from the classic cinematic hit known as Blank Check. Probably the greatest use of 35mm stock film in theatrical history. Carl Quigley is loaded. Thanks to him, 11-year-old Preston was able to buy a waterslide, bouncy house, and arcade games. The guy lived my dream life. Wow, Robocop must be the prequel to Blank Check. Quiggs is a budding millionaire. Now we get to see his origin story. You know who else is on his way to making millions? Not me. I'm on my way to making hundreds on Patreon. Thanks to those who give me their cash and allow me to make these videos. If you like these movie recaps, please consider helping me on Patreon. Back in 2028, Quiggs and Temu Downey Jr. go to a meeting on the 95th floor with fellow pale-skinned money boys. The eldest of the Pale Nation says, "Hey guys, guess what? 6 months until we delete Detroit and drop Delta City on its head. Detroit has cancer, and that cancer is spelled crime." Then Elder Paste says he is prescribing Detroit with a new medicine. Have a dose of Enforcement Drone 209. Temu Downey Jr. steps up for a sample, but medicine experiences a glitch all over his face. Bye-bye, Temu. Then Quigley says, "Hey, Ancient Paste, I got a robot." Then Paste says, "See you in 20. Meanwhile, Handsome Squidward does tricks with bullet remote, and in the future, you drink out of square cups. And people still litter in the future. Somebody arrest that cop. Uh-oh, radio says naughty boys are out robbing. It turns out, naughty boys are famed sitcom dads turned bad. Laura Palmer's father from Twin Peaks and that 70s show dad, Red. While in the naughty bus, Red discovers the money they stole is overcooked because Ponytail put too much crime on the safe door. Weird Beard tells everyone, uh-oh, it's the cops. Sitcom throws a hissy, then throws Ponytail at Super Chin. Naughty Bus lives another day. Cops show up to the crime club and sniff out justice. Sonya finds a crime guy doing illegal urine. She falls victim to his superpowers and peeks at his crime penis. Then he sends her to the basement. Robocop then... actually, he's not Robocop yet. Okay, Organic Cop then pervs on Weird Beard. Weird Beard pervs on Cake Boobs. Surprise, says the Quantum Chin. You and your odd facial design are going to jail, where you belong. Not so fast, says Twin Peaks. Not those peaks. Cake Boobs have died. Rip. Then Sitcom says, cops are cringe, and deletes his hand. The crime guys join in on the makeover from hell and start deleting all of his parts. Sitcom puts his final touches on with a bullet to the brain. Boom! Drop dead gorgeous. Now, with 1% health par, Organic Cop is rushed to the hospital where his life flashes before his brain. The brain that is cuddling 9mm metal alloy. Well, Bullet wins this round. Sorry, brain. We hear the doctor say, oops, he's dead. The end. But wait, there's more. Exactly 70 minutes more. That's enough time for us to watch the film Robot Cop. Great, because that's my favorite movie about cops and robots. After Murphy and his chain are abruptly turned off, Robot Cop is slowly turned on. Over a series of first-person point-of-view vignettes, we see science guys making him the man he will become. And that man is a futuristic cyborg lawmaster who sees the world through blurry CRT scan lines. Jeez, they really broke the bank for his body, then they just stuck a Sega Genesis in his brain? Okay, sure, whatever. Happy birthday, Robot Cop, now get to work. Off he goes to the Detroit PD. There, he gets his belt, and crime sits in the corner. We see a montage of Rob stopping naughty boys, shooting penises, and bonking crazed politicians. But wait, something is familiar about Rob, says his former partner, Sonya Blade. She's like, hey, is you? And he's like, does not compute. Rob wakes up from dreaming of electric sheep because crime doesn't sleep. Back to the streets. Rob finds Weirdbeard picking on a nerd and says, time for jail, bully. Then Weirdbeard says, hey, I'd recognize that 20% of a man's face I met one time anywhere. You were the cop we killed. No thank you, ghosts scare me. Ninja vanish, and he blows up the gas station. Then Rob says, if ghosts scare you, then don't look in the mirror. And he offers him bullets. Beard accepts bullets and enjoys them on the ground. Rob now begins his identity crisis. He heads to the hard drive department and bones the database. Database says, thank you for the wild night. Will you be staying for dinner? I'm serving crime guys with a side of true identity. And like that, Rob now knows he's a dead man trapped in a microwave. He then visits his house that was once filled with love and now is filled with emptiness. He finds an old photo and learns that he had one basic kid and one stellar wife. 80s hair angel has moved on. But where? Why? Rob heads to the club to let out some emotions on the dance floor. There he finds one of the crime guys who did his murder. He drags Twin Peaks out for further questioning. That 70s show crashes a party at Blank Check's place. Blank Check is like, did you bring snacks? And Sitcom is like, do you enjoy bugles or bullets? Unfortunately, I'm all out of bugles. Sitcom pops in a DVD and it's Quiggs' cubicle colleague. This evening's entertainment will be threats and Swiss cheese legs. DVD tells him he should have never impressed the corporate elder with Robo-Sheriff. His claymation droid was supposed to be king of the streets. Now Blank Check is destined for a blank future. Grenade says, hello. Quiggs says, goodbye. What? Quiggs dies, but he's supposed to become a millionaire and give Preston his blank check. How will he get the water slide and kiss a 30-year-old woman in the 90s? How will we ever see such sketchy storytelling if Quiggs is dead? Oh, that's right. It's 2028. Blank Check is actually the prequel. Well, Quigley did run over a kid's bike. Guess he deserved the grenade. Then Sitcom visits the town drug chef and they have a little crime convention. That is until Robot Cop kicks the door down. Literally. Cyber Sheriff gives bullets to all the crime guys and Sitcom tries to escape, but Rob is too quick. To jail they go.
Book him.
What's the crime, says Captain Cop. Then Rob says, he killed me, and that's against the law. Then Rob heads over to the brutalist place. He tells Corporate Elder that he's been naughty, and Elder says, come give me a spanking. Psych. Elder unleashes an emotional complex so heavy Rob crumbles from the psychological weight. This emotional spanking is known as Directive 4. Rob Cop's programming will not let him arrest any senior business boy at the corporation that created him. He then calls in his own robot, ED-209, the one that killed Temu Downey Jr. Ed says, time to die, again. But Ed is Special Ed and shoots off his own hand. And I'm allowed to make that joke because I too am a graduate of Special Ed. 1999, baby. Shout out Mrs. Casey, Medway High. Rob Cop runs for his electric life, and Ed chases him. Luckily, Rob discovers Ed's kryptonite. For this $40 million war machine can't do stairs. The programmers didn't think of that one. Ed defeats itself, and Rob very successfully does the stairs. All the way down to the betrayal of the century. Rob Cop walks right into a firing squad of Detroit's finest. Or should I say, Detroit's worst. They gift him all of their bullets. A backstabbing in the front. The cop-on-cop violence almost ends Rob's afterlife, until Sonya Blade saves him. That 70s crime lord pays a visit to Business crime lord, and Business says, hey you buffoon, Robert Cop is a walking camcorder, and a memory card. He heard all the crime stuff we said. We gotta unplug his Ethernet cable once and for all. Sonya and Rob hide out in the very place that ended his life. There, he takes off his sunglasses, and they reminisce of the old times. She's like, remember that time you died and your wife moved away with the kid and married a new dude? And he's like, well, now I do. And that unlocks a new robot ability, Emo.
Leave me alone.
Meanwhile, in Crime Town, hood rats are doing hood rat things.
But I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
Now released from prison after blowing up the gas station, Weirdbeard sits amongst the chaos and enjoys the simple pleasures of watching the one TV show that plays in Detroit 24/7. The funny man says his favorite words.
I'd buy that for $1.
And Beard go, hee hee. He's then reunited with his fellow crime guys. Beret Crime says, check it out, I'm out of jail too, and Corporate Whitey gave me a brand new car, the 6000 SUX. All the crime guys are now car guys, living their best free life on the streets once again. And all they had to do was murder. America, land of opportunity. Then Sitcom says, you know what else is great about America? enormous guns. Rich white elder gave me the biggest one of all. And to prove it, he murdered Beret's car. Then they murdered all the buildings in the vicinity. Okay, enough merriment. Time to murder Rob the robot. Robbie says, oh no, my brain is scrambled and can't do guns straight. Sonia says, that's normal for men your age. Here, let me help. Then she helps him shoot 3 babies in the face. 0 hour has arrived. The final showdown is upon us. Crime guys are here and ready to party. Rob is turned on and ready to cop their asses. Corporate-funded war, using the angry and uneducated to fight against what's just. A story we can all relate to. The battle begins right out of the gate. Robocop says, king me to the crime. He copped the hyena hard. The chase ensues. After plenty of practice with the corporate cannons in downtown, where the crime guys nailed every target, they now somehow miss every target. Emotion is clouding their concentration. Rob Cop strolls past every shot. It's that uncontrolled emotion that gets Weirdbeard in trouble. He drives 100 miles an hour straight into a clearly marked toxic waste tank. He then upgrades from Weirdbeard to Weird Everything. The walking zit heads out looking for ointment. They say don't touch your zits, but Sitcom is a crime guy, and he doesn't obey the law, let alone the rules of hygiene. He pops Weirdbeard with his 77 Oldsmobile. The liquid friend blinds Sitcom, and he launches into a dirt hole. Sonya Blade runs in for the kill, but Sitcom says, on the contrary, he feeds her a ballet buffet, and she nearly croaks. Cyborg Sheriff says, Sitcom daddy chill. Stop killing my friend. This time, I'm not arresting you. This time, you go to Jesus prison in the sky. But TV dads stick together, and Twin Peaks comes in with a sneak attack, and Robert Cop takes a garbage shower to death.
It's fun to do bad things.
Sonya Blade then says, Happy 4th of July, and Leland joins his daughter Laura in the Black Lodge. Sitcom snaps after losing his favorite crime friend and says, this is an example of how I feel right now, and gives Rob a very large stick to the heart. Rob says, I too have a large stick. Schwing, you're a pain in the neck. Let me show you. And with that, Bob Cop and Sonya Blade have won the war on crime. Just one last mission. Robotic Cop heads over to the business house, nukes stop-motion security, then tells business boys that Corporate Elder is underneath arrest. Look! Evidence! Now that he's caught saying he did murder to fellow biz boy, he panics and takes a gun and does crime to the innocent geezer. Using his ancient wisdom, Geezer says, you're fired, and now Robert's cyborg protocol will allow him to do bullets to business boy since he's no longer a corporate employee. And with the power of 1980s lifelike graphics, Roberto Caperto sends bad business on a stop-motion trip all the way to hell. The end. Thanks for watching. These are fun to make. I hope you like them. By the way, my dad movie fundraiser ended and we hit $27,059. Truly incredible. Thank you, everyone. Now later this summer we'll do part 2 to hit the total 50,000. Only 23,000 to go. Okay, tell me more movies to do. Goodbye.